Leonardo is finally coming. The time that you all have been waiting for is here. Well, it's not now though, but it's coming this Thursday, guys. The event will be starting November 6th, and it's going to be the Sword Masters Path event. I'll break it down for you with information on how much energy and shards you will require to finish and get either the champion or the soul or both. If that is what you're looking for, if you want to finish everything, then you're a whale and you're probably not watching this video, right? So Leonardo, he's been the prize for the past 2 months. I believe I've been seeing videos from the other creators constantly spamming my subscription feed on how to prepare for this event. And guys, obviously, if you were tempted by any of the summonings and all that in the past, then maybe you might not be fully prepared for this one. But do you really need the champion? That is it. Are you really going to fit him in your team? And is he going to change any of your teams going forward, right? That is the question that you need to answer yourself. Leonardo, he's one of the 4 TMNT turtles missing from my account, actually, both of my accounts. So I'm wondering, okay, can I go on both accounts and pick this guy up? Maybe not on the coldbrew account, because I think I don't have enough shards. I'll break it down for you on what the possible structure is going to be of the event, because we have had this sort of event in the past. If you remember, Balar and what was his name? Balar the Lost, something like that. Balar the Lost. Yeah, wow, I remember his name. There it is. We had a similar event and it was broken down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. When we open this page, let's see, now you can see it, guys. So basically we had Balar the Lost, the Balar hero path. Okay, TLDR, all right, if you want to go through these very quickly, what was needed for Balar was 21 shards, so 21 sacred shards for the champion, and for his soul another 19 shards, so a total of 40 shards for both. Mythical material, if you wanted all that, you need an additional 13 shards, the mythical books and all that. So in total, 56 sacred shards for everything. But if you wanted to go heavy on energy, then you would have needed to be doing the dungeons, okay, and farming those quickly, because there's a lot of energy that you need to go through. Strictly speaking, these calculations might not be exact, because we don't know if they're going to follow the same structures. This is a void champion, but I don't think they'll be reducing the cost that you need to get him. I hope they don't reduce the amount of points that you get from each shard or from the runs in the dungeons where you will be picking up gear. Okay, so let's assume, right, the assumption is that they're going to go with the same structure. You'll need about 50,000 energy if no shards are opened at all. 50,000 energy, assuming you're doing hard mode 10 of the dungeons. You want to also be farming on the gear and getting mythical pieces. If you don't care so much for what quality gear you get, dungeon normal 20 is going to be probably the best reward for the amount of energy that you spend. If you don't care at all about gear, it might even be the event dungeon, although I think the event dungeon will be closing soon, isn't it? Yeah, 1 day 19 hours. So if that closes, yeah, it's not going to be up for it. And yeah, you'll need to be doing dungeons. So 50,000 energy just for the champion, so that it's equivalent of 21 sacred shards in terms of points. And the points that you'll get from the other shards obviously is going to be lower, but it's still going to be something worthwhile. You're going to get the soul for another 45,000 energy. And if you think of that as a total in terms of strictly gems, you need almost 31,000 gems if you have 0 energy sitting on your account right now. You're going to bet your butt that they're going to be giving out the energy packs when this is released, plus the sacred shard packs or whatever. So you'll have a chance to do that if you're a spender. If you're not a spender, think twice before going for this, because it's going to have a heavy price tag and you'll have to be prepared to pay that to get the full thing, right? The soul for the champion and the champion. Okay, will the soul changed so much for the champion. I'll break it down in just a second. But if you look at the remaining rewards, I'm talking about mythical materials you get for relics, mythical books, and all that, I wouldn't care for those. Strictly speaking, everyone's eyes will be on the prize, which is the soul and the champion, the champion and the soul. Okay, specifically myself, I'll go for the champion. The soul might not be something that I'll go crazy for. It's not the end of the world if you don't get the soul. It does change a lot of things in terms of the stats that you get on your champion, and I'll break it down whether that is going to be changing much for Leonardo himself as a champion. We're talking 5-star soul. Okay, that's it in terms of the breakdown, and that's assuming we go for the same thing. So another website here broke down the event and gave us some information. I think this is gameleap.com, giving us the breakdown of the points that you'll get and also the structure of the points. Let's say you were opening primal shards, which I do have primal shards. I've got like 20 primal shards, which I could open those for, let's say it's 2,700. If you times that by 10, that's 27,000 points. So I could be opening my primal shard for this. I don't think it's gonna be that high for primal. Is that correct? 2,700 for primals. Yeah, and with that in mind, could I go for this one with just my shards? I don't know. I'll show you guys my account in just a second, just to get an idea on how screwed I am for this. I know I should have been preparing, but I don't. I'm not gonna lose sleep if I don't get one champion. Okay, 2 sacreds here, 24 primal shards, 11 ancient shards. I've got like 17,000 gems. Thank you, Plarium, and some energy, but that energy is 0. Like 2,000 energy, you won't even put a dent in the requirements. Right here, we can get another like 1,000 energy. Again, you're not putting a dent in this. Obviously, the event is starting with a CVC end, so don't spend your resources trying to do CVC. Just let the enemy let the enemy clan win, and just prepare it for Leonardo. I think everyone is going to try and go for the champion. If we have a look at the champion, how the soul is going to affect him and his stats, remember, 1-star gives you health, 2-star gives you attack, 3-star gives you defense, 4-star gives you crit damage, 5-star gives you resistance and accuracy, 6-star gives you speed. All right, so 5-star is what you're getting. So all the stats except for speed. So all right, A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. When counterattacking, will repeat this attack. So if you're a damage dealer, you're looking for crit damage and defense. So 3-star, 4-star. All right, you're getting those benefits. This is going to be huge. Increased defense buff on all allies, ally protection, and killable counterattack on this champion. So you're getting 4 buffs on yourself. You're going to be a target of the head of mischief for the Hydra. If this is going to be a plan for you to put this guy in your team together with the other turtles, and you're going to need some good amount of resistance. Obviously, there's teams out there. There's buffs through the live arenas. You can do increased resistance. You might not need resistance so much, but the 5-star gives you 75 extra resistance. That can be huge. That can get you to the amount that you need to be resisting consistently. I would say the head of mischief, if you don't have a head of mischief tank already in mind. All right, the head of mischief, remember, is the one that steals your buffs. The target with the highest amount of buffs gets targeted, and they need to have high resistance so the buffs don't get stolen. And as you don't want these buffs to get stolen, no. All right. So then there's the TMNT Unity. So he also can remove all buffs from all enemies if this attack kills an enemy. This will not be impactful at all. So accuracy is not really required, I would say, in this situation. Right, activates the skill whenever an ally HP drops below 50%. Occurs once per skill. If there are multiple champions on the team, only one will activate. So this is going to be like a big AoE that does damage. Right, you want to have the buffs, so you don't want the buffs to be escaping you. Places a stone skin each time this champion HP drops below 50%. That makes him tanky. He's already tanky because he's defensive based. He's got a defensive aura. So what is my thoughts on the 5-star soul? It gets you closer to the 6-star, right? The 6-star allows you for crushing rend, allows you for you wouldn't use Nature's Wrath on this guy. You would use the other one. What's the name? The one that gives you damage based on the number of buffs that you have. You're going to be buffing yourself up with 4 buffs, possibly 5. So that can be insanely good in terms of damage potential. So Leo, Is the 5-star soul worth it? I would go more so yes than no. Should you go out of your way to spend to get it? No, guys. I will never recommend spending, right? That you can be a millionaire. I won't recommend spending, but you guys do you, right? Everybody has different circumstances. Me personally, I'm not going to spend. Obviously, by that means very hard for me to pick up on the 5-star soul, but I'm gonna go for the champion, and who knows, all right, maybe once I do this summons, it's gonna be the next video or so, and once I do these summons, maybe, fingers crossed, I pick up on the soul. So imagine that. Obviously I won't be able to put him on the wish list, so it might be a random thing, and actually I'll have the soul sitting right there beautifully, and seeing a 6-star Leonardo soul just waiting for me to pick up on the champion. Wouldn't that be a good day? Guys, that was the video for today. I hope this helped you get prepared, at least mentally. Obviously, whatever I said in terms of preparation for the path is based on previous events which we had for Ballad of the Lost, which was not a void legendary. So remember that, have that in mind. Keep your thoughts on the future fusions and all that. Maybe Leonardo is not what you're looking for your account. Maybe a future fusion which might be good. Who knows? Might be crap. I don't know. Keep your thoughts on that. Also, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.